Shakis, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be mad honest with you.
Do it.
If it wasn't for Sharon, this is probably a movie that I would have missed.
Really?
Yeah, this is because this came out. This is a 2019 movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when in December 2019. And there was so much other like films going on that we had the new Star Wars, 1917,
something else too.
Spies in Disguise, maybe
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems was kind of like so.
There was a lot. So
there was a lot of stuff.
We did miss this in the theater.
Hell yeah, missed this in the theater.
Oh dang! I really did want to see this in theater. I forgot about that.
So and to me, the trailer kind of read. You remember that movie Thurgood?
Yeah.
The trailer for this reminded me a little bit of Thurgood. And I was like, oh, I hadn't seen this already. I hadn't seen Why'd I Lie? Because the truth get me killed. Okay, all right. I'll watch this at home. I might watch this when I go home. Mom, we sit down and watch movie. We watch Just Mercy. It'll be fine. I'll watch it later. Oh my God. That was the wrong way to go about this. That was the wrong way to go about this movie. Deserved to be seen in theaters. This movie is probably one of the most powerful movies I've seen in a while. Sharon mentioned that she cried several times during the movie.
Yeah,
and I'll be honest, I did too.
Yeah, if to cut in here just with a question, really, a scene. If I remember, a scene is defined by, if you change a location, you've changed scene, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the end of the second scene, I was already tear falling down my face before the title screen splash came up. I already had one.
Yeah, this
already, bruh.
I mean, this movie is so different than every other like black end of the year Oscar bait movie. and not to disparage any of those movies, but this ain't another 12 Years a Slave, this ain't another Selma. Again, not to disparage those movies, but I feel like this this movie is one of those where this is the power of film. This movie is the very definition of why movies are important, especially with everything going on today. At this time,
my God,
this movie here, I can understand why this movie is being shown for free.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies where, and it is one of those movies where it's based on a true story. And I understand. I always feel reticent when I see those words sprawled across the screen, because what do they mean? When it comes to movies, they usually don't mean a thing.
Yeah.
My favorite example is like the woman's hair in the actual story was black, based on a true story. Like this, to be like, that could be all there is to it. But this, even if it isn't, the story, that even if it is like exaggerated for a narrative point, the narrative that they put together here is so close to actuality, to be factual. The way that they've shown scenes here, I think one of the most powerful scenes to me was when Michael B. Jordan is moving down to Georgia, and there's a sequence of shots where you see rich house, kids playing in front of a yard, rich house, and it's not instantaneous. But there's another moment where he has to go into the poor black neighborhoods in order to talk to Mr. McMillan's family, and it's the same exact sequence, but you see dilapidated house, poor house, a black family just sitting there on the porch.
Yeah,
like, you see these shots, and it's just mirrored and the same, and it shows you how different these things are.
They're supposed to be in the same. They live in the same area, but they really don't. They live in two different worlds. And man, this movie has everything to say, and it says it, and it does it in such a cohesive way, in such a way that doesn't just grip your emotions, but it keeps you tied into the film at the same time. You're crying, but you can't take your eyes off the screen. This, like I said on an earlier podcast, this movie took all of my energy. This movie took everything, and it's one of the most powerful lines. And this is something that I've said and thought a lot to myself. Like who was it? I think it was one of Mr. McMillan's kids. He said no, it was Michael B. Jordan himself at the beginning of the film when he's talking to his mom. He says, that could have been me.
Yeah.
That could have been me. And I think that too often, man. Too often.
So here's the thing about me personally. I don't.
I see that. I
don't
can understand it.
You know? Because I've been blessed and lucky in my life not to have experienced a lot of racism.
Yeah.
You know? Whether it be because I was sheltered, whether it be because, you know, I've always been surrounded by great friends.
Right.
You know, and you know, in schools, faculty that have honestly looked out for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been very lucky to have that. You know, and I think the only time, and this is a true story. Shaquille's my witness. Honestly, the only time I've ever felt, as there's literally been one time I felt in that situation. There's a moment in the movie where Michael B. Jordan, he's gone. He stirred up some trouble. He stirred up a bee's nest in this town.
Yeah, he did.
And he gets stopped in a police stop, unlawful stop. And I know this is a movie, and I know you're not gonna kill your main character off in the first third, but this movie, that could have happened, and it still felt I was afraid for Michael B. Jordan, for his character, you know, because this movie could have ended that way, like right there in that moment. And the only time I've ever felt like that, like it brought me back, Thanksgiving. Right, we were on the way home from Thanksgiving. I don't know if you remember this. We were driving on the way home from Thanksgiving.
You know my mind.
Exactly, which is why I don't know if you remember this, but I remember this because to me this is wild as hell. We were driving our normal route that we go back home, go through the mountains or whatever, and there was a car on a police car at, you know, normal little speed trap.
Yeah,
you know, and actually one of the cars coming our way. The opposite side flashes lights at me, you know, giving that warning, like, hey, there's a cop up there, slow the fuck down. And I was like, all right, you know, and I wasn't speeding to begin with.
Right.
You know what I mean? I usually go to normal speed limit nowadays after getting like 7 tickets. I go to normal speed limit nowadays, even though my family don't think so. But the car, you know, we go by the police car, and the police car pulls out and starts following us. I'm like, okay, all right, well, maybe it's like, all right, I ain't getting nobody. It's time to go back in for the day, right? So we're going through the county, and Floyd is right there, and usually we go past Floyd, because Floyd is where the police station is for the area is, and usually we go past Floyd and the Bassett and drive down. I'm driving real slow because the car is right there behind us, and I am going. We go right past Floyd. And the car doesn't pull into the police station. No, the police station, where all that shit is together. And it's still following us. Doesn't turn, doesn't speed up. Like, this time I'm going a little bit below the speed limit. And they're not even passing us. And they keep following us until they turn off into it's a little restaurant. And there's like a little motel.
Was that is that past Floyd?
Yeah, it's past Floyd.
On the way
on the left hand side.
I believe I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they stopped off there.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, maybe, you know, I calmed down because at this moment I'm thinking, okay, he's following us.
Yeah,
you know, not doing nothing. You know, I'm expecting him to flash his lights or something like that. Doesn't do it the whole time. I feel stalked. At that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They just I've heard this story or a similar story from so many people where they've been followed for 3 to 5 miles at a time on their way home, where the cop just follows them, and it maintains that same distance.
Yes.
And like they're just waiting for you to fuck up.
Yeah.
So they can get you for something, for anything. So they can stop your ass and pull you over. I don't drive yet. That's one of the reasons why I don't like driving. Driving is extremely dangerous already.
Mm-hmm.
Adding the stress of a law enforcement just following you for an unknown amount of time, just like the shadow that's behind you, ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's unnerving, bro.
It is.
It's just unnerving.
I felt like I felt like a little white girl in a horror movie. Like Jason was right behind me or something. You know what I'm saying? So this movie is important on that level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes I like to just unplug from shit.
Yeah.
You know? But this movie, it kind of reminded me the importance of you can't really do that.
Yeah.
You know, because this stuff is still happening.
It is happening every day. We have cameras now, you know, thank God, but it still doesn't seem to be enough, you know? People are protesting, you know, people are being, you know, met with extreme levels of violence. And it's just crazy to see this I see this almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I keep up with the news. You know, I follow some people on social media, some organizations on social medias, you know, lots of different things. And I just, it's tiring to see how much violence is met with people when they're not, you know, initiating violence.
Right.
And man, it's a crazy world out there. People, be safe, be cautious, but you know, live your life.
This movie, there's a point in this movie where at the end you get the nice little wrap up. The Animal Farm, hey, and then Scooter went all the way to state. You get that, you know, like different character. You get different characters that we follow through the movie. You know what happened to them afterwards, and one of them really stuck with me. I can't remember his name though. It's played by Ice Cube's son, Little Cube. What was
Little Cube?
What was Little Cube's name? O'Shea Jackson. There we go. O'Shea Jackson Jr. He played a character. I don't know why I clicked the way to his name.
Clicked into him.
Played Anthony Ray Henn, and he was another person on Death Row along with Mr. McMillan, and he was in Death Row 30 years before them being able to find his case wrong for him to be freed. And just the look on the screen of the happiness, that jubilation, and in my mind going, that's not happiness. For me, that's not.
No, I feel you.
That's wrong.
30 years of his life, bro.
Gone.
Yeah. 30. Imagine you, let's say right now, 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come out, it's 2050. We got fucking trains. Cars. We got flying cars. We have even more advanced cell phones. We have hologram phones and shit now. There's trains. America has an infrastructure. You know, running around. It's easy to communicate.
The world's different.
Everything that you knew is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And at the rate that we're like the rate that we move and how technology moves now, that's an eternity. Yeah. That's an eternity of time that was stolen from you.
Literally.
That's stolen. Insane. No evidence. It's crazy how much power comes into play.
See, I think the mistake y'all made when y'all push play was that you thought this was going to be about the movie. It's not. Honestly, it's not. You want to know what I think about this movie? The movie is amazing. Go watch it. The performances are great. Go watch it. The lessons that you go watch it. Just go watch it. You don't need to hear from me what you think. They made this. It's for free. Go watch it.
It's for free. You can rent it. You get it for a whole month. Watch it a couple of times, maybe. Watch it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Maybe.
This is me venting, just a little bit.
I feel you, man. I tried to collect my thoughts when we started.
Nah,
Book Around.
sorry. I'm sorry. You nah. Fuck your thoughts. Tell your feelings.
No,
Fuck your thoughts.
I
Tell your
don't want to
feelings.
rant for so long, bro.
Well,
I don't feel
you
like
got a
ranting.
good 5 minutes before I wrap it up.
I got a good
we
5
ain't,
minutes.
we ain't going book around time.
All right. I just want to say, first of all, that I do speak only for myself, as always. And with that said, fuck the police. Fuck you. Fuck your fuck the system of the structure that we have that can allow things like this to happen. Things like that still happen today. Philando Castile, the officer who murdered him, was acquitted today. He did not get charged. He shot that man in front of his girlfriend and in front of his daughter. He murdered that man in the front seat of his car for reaching for his license and registration. That cop got off today, scot-free, no charges for intentionally shooting a firearm and endangering civilians. He got off scot-free today. That's insane that can happen. I was taught that if you do something wrong, you get punished for it. And I've been punished for a lot of the bad shit that I've done. I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life. And I'm lucky enough to where I like you, have had a great support system. I've had great friends pretty much all throughout my life. I've been fortunate enough. I moved around a lot. I've had great friends. I've had, really surprisingly enough, at Martinsville, good teachers when I came back. I've had the opportunity to have some great teachers. They were mostly not great, but
yeah.
I had a teacher in the 11th grade. I cannot remember his name now. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But he was one of the first people that told me how he viewed it, how intelligent I was, and how much potential I had to go forward and do something for myself. Because it's chaotic in Martinsville High School, where I came from. It was chaotic. There were a lot of kids who you'd say no one gets left behind, but they got left behind.
Oh yeah,
they moved
most
on
definitely
with us, but they didn't really get to move on. And if you didn't know, the school to prison pipeline is a thing. I observed it like in real time. I watched that happen. And, fortunately, everyone who kind of was in that boat hasn't gone that route. They're still out. They don't have, as far as I know, charges and things like that against them. They didn't fall into that trap completely. If you listen to this and you think that I'm talking about you, get the hell out of there. If you can, I know it's not easy, but please get out of that town. For our generation, the 2013 class, that town is not for us. It is becoming an aging community, and the people who own the land there don't want us there, in my opinion, from what I've observed. If you can, please leave and please do something. I want you to. I want everybody who can to succeed. Yeah. It's a line in the movie. It's corny, but it's justice is supposed to be doing what's right. People should, strive to do what's right, for not for just themselves, but for themselves, but for others, for their community. Uplift everyone.
Yeah.
We need change, and we need it soon, because it's still some fucked up shit going on. Like the things that the officers can honestly do to you, you can't really do anything back.
There are moments in this movie, and again, we're not talking about the movie, but this movie is so powerful that that you can point to scenes from the movie, and you could literally point to today. There's a point in the movie where I forget what character Brian's talking to, but he's like, if they can look at me and just say that I'm guilty, there's nothing that they can't do. You can't stop them. Almost talking about them like a superpower, like this hidden empire that we're just ground underfoot. This is a reality today. He's literally just said how this man murdered somebody, murdered in cold blood in front of their family, and scot free, done. Is that justice? Is it truly? And for those of you who are in our normal audience, this isn't directed at you. Don't think that it is. This is for the passerby who maybe, like me, unplugs. It's just a reminder that that even if you bow your head down for a little bit, the world's still turning out there, and it's not turning in the right way. And I think about, for myself, my responsibility. You know, I'm deep into the fictions, right? I as a kid, I know more about fiction than I do about history. I'll be freaking honest. Shaquise can attest. I when the floodgates open, they open, and you just gotta pick up a newspaper and just wait. I'll tire myself out.
A wealth of knowledge
on stupid stuff. I think with great power, it was told to me now, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think about that line a lot. I do. It's a stupid cliche comic book line, but I think about it a lot. What is my power and what is my responsibility with my talents? What can I do in order to better the world around me? And this movie, speaking as a filmmaker, this movie is attempting to do that. The director, I'm not on the right screen again. Destin Daniel Cretton has used his power in his responsibility to educate. Because that's what this movie is. This movie is education in its purest form. That is what it's trying to be. It's not showing one side as right and one side as wrong. It is showing an actuality and trying to open your eyes as to what is going on around you. And if you want to ignore it, I can't stop you. I can't. I want to hold your eyes open with spoons. Make you watch it. You want to watch this movie? You can watch it.
Use tape.
Nah, spoons.
No, I'm saying in addition to the spoons.
In addition to the spoons. Both. Sure. I'll do that. It's weird, but all right. As if holding the eyes with spoons is weird. I'm talking and this is a normal thing that people do. But I do understand. But nothing, you can think this is bad, but nothing is going to happen unless we change. And the rioting and things, they are a passion cry of anger, of we can't take it anymore. But that's not where it stops. You throw around rhetoric, okay, well now we're going to change things because you're mad. That's just lip service. In my opinion, that is just lip service. It changes from the local level up. You gotta vote. I know, crazy, right? Trey out here talking about voting. Yeah, because we've had the same systems in place for the longest time. And the thing is, don't just go vote uneducated, ignorant, because I've done that before. I remember when Obama ran for the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna get the Obama in office. I'm gonna get Obama in office now. I went to the polling place, and there were other people and other choice. It was like a multiple choice test, and I did not study. That shit turned into Chinese so quick. It was like this bill is going to, and it says, and I was like, I'll choose this one. And I was like, and that's more harmful than anything than not even voting at all. That right there was more harmful of me than not voting at all. Going in ignorant and then just blind, just picking C on everything else and just waiting for Obama, bam, then do it. And I will cop to that. We can't do that. Educate yourself. Read up on who you are voting for in your local, your state, and in your federal government.
Learn your people, learn their positions. More important than anything else is learn what position the person that you want to support is actually advocating for.
Mm-hmm. And do be aware that they could also be lying. But that's another thing, you know. That's also like, true. Hey,
trust
look,
no one.
All you Trump supporters, where that wall at? I'm just saying, pimp, where that wall at? Ain't there? He told y'all. He sold y'all a bill of goods. He snake oiled the fuck out of y'all. It was smooth clean. This motherfucker smooth criminal. He came in. He saw everybody else was like we need gay marriage. Okay, we need equality for everybody. And Trump came in and was like, nah, nigga, wall. You want wall? You get a wall. You wall for you. And y'all was like, get that. Yes, take my daughter, base God. Y'all loved it. Where that wall at? They lie. Even the people that you just do your research. Do the most amount of research that you can and try. And if they do lie, then hey, guess what, everybody together now. We got to think of something different. Because the shit's broken. It ain't going to get fixed with us just saying that it's broken. I'm talking about the government system. I'm talking about everything. It's broken. This coronavirus has shown us that it is broken.
Coronavirus has truly helped in the weirdest of way to expose how we are kind of trash. This country's kind of trash for anyone who doesn't have loads of money.
Yep.
Like if you don't have money, I want you to understand this. If you do not have money, you do not have power. If you do not have power, the government does not give a fuck about you.
They don't.
The people in charge don't give a fuck about you. This is a little too political here, but I'll just say it. The Democrats earlier this week put on some Wakanda robes and just started kneeling in solidarity of the protests and for George Floyd. That's not your job. Your job is to make laws. Pass some fucking bills, bruh. What the fuck are y'all doing? Do your fucking jobs and take off the damn Wakanda robes. What y'all doing? Got me fucked up. It's in poor taste. It's in poor taste. And even worse, the president tried to use his death on the anniversary of his birthday, I believe. I believe it was it was supposed to be his birthday. And he was like, yeah, I think he would be happy about how the job numbers are looking right now.
I'm like, what?
Really? Like, really?
You don't use this man's name as a soundbite for real?
Like,
wow.
You pepper spray people for a fucking photo op.
Wow.
And then you say this.
Wow.
The last thing I have to say is, one, this is an A+ movie, but you know, this isn't about the movie. Unless you are a billionaire, they will come for you. Right now, it's black people, it's people of color, it's people with disabilities, it's the LGBTQ plus community. They're coming for us because we are the most vulnerable, because you believe that you're safe. You're not. You are just as vulnerable as everyone else. It's just not your turn yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're safe for now because you're helping them by not helping us.
I want y'all to know we ain't going nowhere. I want y'all to realize that right now. Cause look, like she said, say we do leave. Say we fuck right off back to Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Say we do leave and we are gone. Where the fuck they ain't gonna wait? You think poor people ain't gonna get it? There are other persons of colors in this country. Y'all think y'all ain't gonna get it?
And y'all don't realize y'all getting it now.
Oh yeah, it's catching up. It's catching. Some realize they be like, oh shit, gerrymandering. Oh shit, yeah, this shit happening. So look, we ain't going nowhere. All right, we can either change this shit now, or well, I'm gonna leave that hanging in the air.
We either gonna change shit now. We gonna change shit now.
Like I said, I'm gonna leave it hanging in the air. I'm gonna let y'all see that question mark and just wonder, cause there is a straw, and it will break the camel's back, and history has a tendency to repeat itself. I'm not saying what history, but I'm just saying shit happens. So I don't know where this is gonna go in the lexicon of the Chit Chat podcast. Honestly, you can think of this as just two young black men just saying words that are no affiliate to our parent company, to our regular shows. If we lost some of you, I apologize. Hey, sometimes we just got to, if you love something, let it go, and I'll let you go. I hope you come back, but I'll let you go. As we'll grow differently as people, but we will grow. But I hope some of the things that we've said have opened some minds, some hearts. Maybe I hope change does happen. Will it? I don't know. But with that, yeah, we out. Peace.